Hello, everyone. I'm Sana coming to you from New Zealand in the middle of summer. And I always like to start these kind of Zoom meetings with people who think similarly with just a little intention. And today I chose a reading from a book by Rebecca Campbell, Light is the New Black. And this one is called Don't Be Attached to the Outcome. Don't be attached to the outcome. Your job is to work out the what. The universe's job is to work out the how. Don't worry about how it's going to pan out. Just dive in and do it with all the love and passion that you can conjure up. Before you know it, the universe will surprise you with an outcome that is beyond anything that your mind could possibly imagine. But first, you need to put your head down and lose yourself in the doing. When you lose yourself in the doing, you invite source in. And I thought that was very appropriate for the topic of the call today, because I would love to inspire every one of you to come up with health-related videos. So whether that's you showcasing acupressure points or a recipe you have as a cough medicine, or having a short interview with someone, or you as a health practitioner going, well, I've been doing energy healing like this for a long time. So I haven't prepared much because I'm not sure where people are at. If you have any questions, how-tos or topics or anything like that. So I thought today will be a first run and we shall see where we go. So yes, Tanis, thank you for raising hands. I love that that way of operating in Zoom. So if you're unaware of how to do that, on your screen, there's a little button that's called reactions. And if you click on that, there is a raised hand. So there you go. So ask to unmute Tanis. Thank you.
Hi, Sane.
Hello.
So nice to see you.
Thank you.
Just so everyone knows, when I did that black salve thing for the GWHC, she was like, if you need help, come see me. And I'm like, oh, you're so sweet. I did manage to muddle my way through it, and it was okay, but maybe next time I might actually get your help. But anyways, I also do, so I do energy healing. And I'm very passionate about that, about helping people help themselves. But what I wanted to talk, because basically what I thought this was about was just kind of bringing like health tips of the day and things like that. And I am like the person that completely believes in recycle, reuse, and repurpose, restore, all the R's. Okay. And so what I've been doing for the last year or so is that I don't let anything go to waste. I have chickens, so I mean, like that's pretty easy with the chicken vegetable scraps. But for things that the chickens don't eat, like pineapple peels, orange peels, like citrus things, I have learned ways that I can reuse all of that stuff and make it wonderful. So can I just share a few of the things?
Sure thing. Yes.
Okay. My favorite one is that when I get a pineapple, I cut off the tops and the bottom, and I take all the skin all around it, and then I cut it in half, and then or quarter it, and then I take out the core. I take all of these scraps, I put them in a pretty like medium to large size pot with good water, put it on to boil, and I add in a bit of lemon, some turmeric, some ginger. You can grate the ginger, just put the ginger in by itself or whatever. But I don't always have like the actual turmeric root, so it's usually just powder. No, doesn't matter, I guess. A little bit of black pepper, because you have to have the black pepper with your turmeric, right? Is there anything else I put in there? I don't remember. Anyways, I could put it in the chat, in the the chewy chat.
The chewy chat, indeed.
So anyways, and then I let that boil for like 20 minutes, like a soft boil. and then I let it cool down with all that stuff in there, and then I remove all of it. And it is like the best, like, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant drink. And then it's nothing goes to waste, you know?
That's
And
awesome.
it is, and it tastes amazing, just so you guys know, it really does. But and the other thing with citrus peels is, like, say, like, I'll peel an orange, okay? I'll put it in a jar that I have half filled with vinegar, just white vinegar, okay? And then I just keep squishing more and more in there, and then I just leave it for 4 to 6 weeks. No, sorry, that's my other oil. It's only 2 weeks for the citrus. When I infuse herbs, that's 4 to 6 weeks. With the citrus peels, it's only 2 weeks, and then I take it, drain it, and then so if I say have like 300 mils of this vinegar, I will put 300 mils of distilled water into a large spray bottle, and now all of a sudden I have and it works wonderfully well on stainless steel, just so you know. But it's a beautiful cleanser, right?
Yeah. So yes, both of these, you just need to film them, Tanis, and narrate probably.
You want me to film them? Oh.
Well, that way, or you write them down.
Yes.
Write them down with
too.
maybe some, I haven't heard how UNN is putting, how Kim has been saying, having written articles on the website as well. So perhaps there will be space for photos to go with it. So, in the next few, exactly, put on a PDF in the next couple of weeks before the website goes up. You could
and I can
down.
make picture. I can even do a picture or something.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I'll make a meme.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'll yield and let other people talk about their things. Thanks.
Thank you, Tanis. Well, since you were already talking before, Sean, is there anything that you wanted to ask, talk about this time around?
Like I said, I really don't know what we're to discuss. The practice that I've been working on is TFT, which is a thought field therapy by Dr. Roger Callahan. And so, that's what when Kim gave her January 1st conversation, and she talked about how we all had negative and positive frequencies, and that we were now removing the negative frequencies, but we needed to fill them in with something positive. I felt that really does relate to TFT, because the idea of TFT is to bring the frequency that you want to alleviate into your thought field, and then you focus on eliminating that, and then at the end of the practice you fill that space that you just created, or the void, you fill that with love and light. And that was almost so close to what Kim was talking about, and so I felt quite called to continue my practice. Like, I'm just starting off. I've used it personally for a little while, but I just recently became certified to be able to show people. And when I found out they're actually using this, or they used it, or using it, I'm not sure exactly, in Turkey after the recent earthquakes, to help with the PTSD and the trauma that was caused. Once again, that's kind of invigorated me. I don't know the word I'm looking for, but when I came to the last meeting last time, I guess I wasn't as confident. I was listening to everyone talking about having all their practices for a long time, and I've only had a few clients, and I wouldn't even call them clients because they haven't come back yet. So I'm really hoping that what I hear Kim talking about, the assurance plan that she's planning on, because I really think that I can see her vision in like a huge, I can see it in my head, and kind of like when you watch maybe a Spider-Man movie and he has this idea, and then all of a sudden everything starts working. Maybe it wasn't Spider-Man, but one of the other smart people, he sees it all, everything interconnecting. And I really think that TFT that I'm working on, as well as many other people in the world are. It's been being used for 35 years. So there's a lot of practitioners, just not so much in North America, maybe. So yeah, I don't know what, like I said, I don't know what to say other than I just said a lot.
Well, it could be something similar that Michelle did with the theta healing. That interview on the New Earth section with Sunny. You know, you could be something like that. Once you become more confident and you really embody, it sounds to me like you're already embodying the modality that you are now incorporating in your life, right? But you might just need a little bit more evidence firsthand that it's helped people for you to then being able to speak confidently about it. But I think that's definitely something that, you know, if it's something that you can easily teach someone, or with theta healing, I'm currently reading the book myself, it is something that you can kind of teach yourself, or at least then be encouraged to find practitioners in your own country or neighborhood that you can then go do a course. So you could, you know, you could be the conduit for the people watching UNN by introducing them to something like that.
Yeah, they have like the doctor, he's passed away recently, but his wife continues on, and a lot of people know the mainstream EFT, because EFT was kind of like a watered down version given to the public that became somewhat mainstream, but TFT has continued its work, or the people, the practitioners, the inventors, whatever you want to refer to them as. And so I do definitely think that yeah, it's just like you said, I need more confidence. I just need more guinea pigs that I can personally build my confidence.
Yeah, well, if you are if you want, because the other thing that we are collating as part of Chewy is a practitioners list, right? So me and Anna and some of the others have been putting things together. There's this public Trello board, so we could put if you want to, put your information on there, and you could, I don't know if you are already charging at all, but if you just want to get some experience, you could offer the first session free, or, you know, that's up to you. But that way it might just speed up your own confidence in helping more people and seeing that firsthand evidence, as I said earlier. And then who knows, in 2 months' time, you could, you know, reach out to the UNN production team and say, I would love to have an interview with Sunny about this. And then everyone will start to hear what you're doing.
Yeah, I gave a small report to Natalie and Paige to do with TFT. So I'm also a writer, so I was able to put it into a test article and volunteer for their New World News team. So, but if you can guide me towards that
Absolutely.
list of practitioners, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and in a little bit, maybe when Tennis is speaking, I'll put my details in the chat, and then you can just either email me or reach out via Telegram, and then that way we can get that on. Before I get to you, Tennis, hi Thomas, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for the other people that are here a little bit later. So this Chewy, this is being stuck now. This Chewy meeting is really kind of to talk about your health ideas. If you want to put it into a video form, I'm here to answer any of the questions that you have. I'm not an expert, but I'm not afraid of being in front of a camera. Or if you just want to have, you have an idea, but you just want to make it a little bit more solid, like maybe your mind is too scattered and you just need a little bit of a safe space to go, how would I put this into a format, whether it's written or as a video? So that's what this meeting is more or less about. But Tennis shared a couple of good tips of what to do with scraps. And I'm sure you have something else, Tennis.
Yeah, actually, I kind of just wanted to talk to Sean just for a minute too. Sean, you always have to start somewhere, guy. Seriously, I started it so many years ago, but it happens, and the right people find you. I have clients all over the world, and as long as they speak English, I can do things because everything's energy, right? And you can do things over a Zoom call or whatever, right? So like, yeah, just keep going. I just wanted to just give you like a little pump there, because you got to start somewhere. And I've also learned EFT, and I have heard of TFT. I would love to chat with you a little bit, even to maybe even compare some little things. Like you said, it was like EFT but on steroids or whatever. Like,
Yeah, the
yeah.
doctor created the TFT, and then so I forgot his name, but he had taken EFT and brought it into mainstream, but changed it to his preferences. So I forgot
Nice.
what the name was, but yeah, I appreciate the vote of confidence. And
Yeah. No, yeah, it happens. Seriously, it really does. And the right people will find you. Because I mean, we're all different, and I might not resonate with everyone. So the people that resonate with me find me, and then we have a beautiful healing sessions and all this kind of stuff. It's wonderful. But yeah, I just wanted to tell you that. And
all
also,
right,
my Michelle Ann is from New Brunswick. I'm in Alberta,
yes,
northern Alberta, so I got way more snow than you. Yeah.
totally.
Yeah. But anyways, we can maybe touch base after the call, if that's okay.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'm in the Telegram,
Okay.
on the Telegram.
Sounds good. Thanks, Sean.
All right.
Thanks, Hannah.
Thank you, Hannah.
Thank you. Sue, would you like to share?
Hi, I want to speak to Sean. You lucky guy.
Thank you.
I am familiar with EFT and TFT to a certain extent. I've known about it for years, thought field therapy and emotional field therapy, and they both work. And I just wanted to mention to don't forget the kids, because that is very easy to teach to children, and it can help them tremendously with what they are going through in this day. I have written a book for children, but I haven't published it because it's on paper. I had it on my computer died. So I have the drawings that were made for me by a family member for the pages, and I was trying to get it into a book, and I can't figure out how to do it now. I have this illustrations, I have the story, but I don't have it in a book. I did a session with a school group, elementary school, kindergarten, and I read the book to the children, but not seeing the book. So it was a lot of fun though. The kids got really engaged in it, and the book is about learning, how we learn. And first you don't know, you don't even know, you don't know, you don't even know anything about it. Then you come to the point where you know that you don't know. You know that you don't know something that you want to know, and then you become more conscious of it and learn enough so that you can do it, but you need help, or you have to remind yourself, or things like that. And then you finally get to the point where it's automatic, where you're on autopilot and you just automatically do it. Like when you tie a shoe, you start out, you don't know what you're doing. By the time you get done, though, you know how to tie a shoe without even thinking about it. So that's the way learning is. And there's so many things that kids can learn from that. I just have to get my book out one of these days. I don't know. I'm in the house all the time. I don't drive very much. I only drive if I have to because I have issues with my eyes. So I'm kind of just waiting for something to happen someday. And I'm looking forward to seeing what Kim comes along with on this with everyone. And this group here seems to be the kind of groups that we need to get more of. To like, I've been in the food group, and there was one about water, and they were working with a lot of people from Africa and stuff like that, but it like nothing was hitting home like, okay, this is me. And I haven't found how can I help. That I haven't figured out, and I would really like to. So thank you for your time, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Sue, for listening. And I think
Thank
by you've spoken it into existence now, and there are how many? How many on the call? 14 people on the call now. So we've all heard that you have this book that you want to publish. And so perhaps through one of us, we will be able to actually manifest that. Because I do know that there is one person who is really interested in helping artists, like writers, like musicians, to help them publish their stuff, to bring out their creation. So I don't think it will be too far away, Sue, one way or another. Dennis.
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I was gonna suggest that in order to do a book, instead of having it done with paper, can she do it digitally and then like as an ebook? Would that be something that would be easier to do?
I think, so you said that your computer is bust at the moment, so that might be something to manifest. If we want to make it into an ebook, then that would be definitely necessary.
Or maybe she
I
has a
would love
friend
to
that
do
has a
that, but how
computer?
to get my paper drawings onto
Mm.
something without it leaving my house, you know, I can't just somehow put it, I can't just take a picture of it and put it on my phone or something. That's all I have is my phone. I mean, that's not gonna work, I don't think. And the girl that did the pictures for me, she's an awesome artist. She's a family member, actually, from my in-laws, and she's wonderful, but someday I appreciate your offer about doing it on digitally or whatever. And maybe someone has other ideas that I don't know about as well. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm not an expert when it comes to digitally drawing. I'm not even good at drawing with paper and pen, but there are some amazing talented people out there that might be able to make those drawings digital, Sue. So that's, you know, there's always a solution for a problem. So as Thomas wrote in the chat, the marketplace will be a great way to get that book out as well. So yeah, there will definitely be solutions. Are there any other questions or queries? Or as I said at the beginning, I didn't really prepare anything for this particular call because I just wanted to see where people were at. If you have a particular issue that you're not sure on how to go about it. Otherwise, I can give you some tips if you wanted to do a health tip featuring your person. How to do that. Well, I might just do that then. So
I would like to mention something.
Yep.
I joined a group about 8 years ago called the Bionutrient Food Association.
Mhm.
And it was started by a gentleman out of Massachusetts in the United States, Dan Kidrich. And his parents run the Organic Farmers Association in their area. And he's been farming his whole life, and he's read a lot of books, and he felt we needed to start to grow food by getting the soils back to what would be, you know, good quality soils, so that the food we're eating is more nutritious. Because there's a lot of diseases that people acquire because they're eating, you know, food with calories, but not with nutrition. And I just got done reading a book called Sea Energy that was written many years ago by Maynard Murphy, MD. And it's about using sea solids for agriculture. And it seems like that would be a pretty good way that we could mineralize our soils again. Because a lot of the big corporations that grow food probably only use anywhere from 6 to 12 minerals. Whereas with the sea solids, because it comes from the ocean, It's got 90 different minerals, and all the trace minerals, which are very, very important. Like, people don't realize, like, when it comes to, fungus and bacteria and viruses and things that are in our bodies, our natural defenses are greatly increased with our immune system if we have all the different trace minerals, like, zinc and copper and selenium and manganese, and there's quite a few out there. And so what's happening is our bodies are becoming efficient in what we need to be healthy. And every time a cell is being made in our body, which is every day, new cells are being replaced or divided. If they don't have the right material to build it, they will substitute it with like a cheaper version. And that's what happens with our bodies. We start to degrade over time. So I've been reading an awful lot of books on farming and microbiology, and I've been doing this for quite a while, and I have a very good extensive network of friends that are really into this also. So I can share a lot of good books and information in the future if that's of interest.
I think that would be great, especially as we as a society are hoping to move away from those big supermarkets and the like. Here New Zealand is very different from the United States, and I'm sure that every state is very different from the neighboring state as well. But I think I've started planting my own little veggie garden in spring, and I didn't know that you should have spaced things out a little bit more than I did. I had an absolute forest of broccoli, but then on top of that, I didn't really think about, or at the moment, my finances don't give me the opportunity to really think about the soil quality. I just was worried about the quantity. So I think the more information that's out there, and if you go onto Google or any other search engine and you go, what should be in my soil, there would be a million different opinions out there. So if this is something that you're very passionate about, Dennis, and it sounds like you've read a lot of different authors, then sharing your reading list as such would definitely be beneficial to anyone that wants to grow their own, or at least has an interest in. And as I've just lost my train of thought. As Dennis said, some people really resonate with one way of doing things and not so much with another. So if you have a good list, I'm not quite sure where that list would go right now. I am at the moment more involved with the health and wellness rather than health, wellness, and food. So perhaps in the near future, or the marketplace or something on the new website, we would have a whole library of recommendations from people with their books. So if you have a list already, then great. If you haven't yet put them into it could be an Excel spreadsheet or a Word document or something along those lines. So you are ready to share when the call comes.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
I will.
Thank you, Dennis. And a field messenger report or something like that would always be beautiful for everyone to see. Rebecca and Jeremy, hi.
Hello?
Hi, we can hear you.
Hi. Oh, okay, great. I don't normally talk on these. I'm a little shy. But Dennis was just saying something. My husband and I, we started a ranch, and we actually feed the cows sea salt to keep them from getting sick. And that's because it has 92 vitamins and minerals, and we'll either have a tub for them to eat sea salt, or we put the sea salt in their water. And we also do apple cider vinegar. And this enables us to not have to use antibiotics because they never really get sick. It's preventative health care, really, is what we look at it. And then their waste, what it does is it has all the minerals in it.
That's right.
Which will be absorbed by the soil. So we just keep improving our grass over time. And on our website, that's exactly what it says. It says healthy soil equals healthy grass, equals healthy livestock, equals healthy humans.
That's absolutely correct. That's awesome. And it's the same for us, right? There are some people out there that share how beneficial it is for us to use Celtic or Celtic sea salt because of all the minerals, and whether you add a little bit extra on your food, or you do a salt shot as such to get all those trace minerals into your body. And it's education. As much as we want medical freedom, and there are 7,000 people on the globe that know about the prospect of assurance. But what we also need to think about is education. How do we go about telling people, well, rather than just going to your general practitioner because you have a infection and doesn't want to clear away and just have an antibiotic, how about we do preventative healthcare and really think about how can we make sure that our bodies are always at the most optimum. I mean, I'm currently suffering from a cold sore, so sure, we still get sick because of the things that are being sprayed on us or children running us ragged. But if we just really start thinking about educating as many people as possible, so that's why I really want to do these kind of calls more and more, to encourage as many people to share what works for you. How do you stay healthy? How do you help your kids when they have a cough that doesn't go away? How do you deal with emotional trauma? Like Sean, what kind of techniques do you do that we could all easily do? Sure, we can go to a chiropractor and spend lots of dollars, but what can we do free of charge right now? So that's preventative healthcare is my number one focus right now. So thank you, Rebecca, for sharing that.
Yes, thank you.
Thomas. I've asked you to unmute. Hopefully you get the notification.
Yes, sorry. Hi, everyone. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, I love seeing these Zoom meetings. I've been to so many of them in the past few weeks since we started, and it's wonderful. Sana, you are doing a great job.
Thank you.
Excellent. Your videos are informative and very spiritual. I see you and your teachings. Wonderful. We are at the precipice of something huge, and everyone on this call needs to really understand that it's going to be new for everybody. It's going to be a work in progress. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be stressing. It's going to be nothing you've ever felt like before, but it is absolutely, absolutely worth it, because we are the leaders of tomorrow. I don't doubt it. I do not doubt it, because you know more right now than most of the 92% of the population knows. And so therefore we need everyone to come forward and be leaders in their own capacity. The only, like Sean, I was listening to, I came in when Sean was saying something, but it seems as if, these traumas of the past and not knowing what to do is all about just beginning. It's about taking that first step like a baby does, and just starting from one step to another. And there's that song, you put one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be moving right along, right? So you keep going, you do the first step, you do the first meeting, you do the first initial push, you see who you can work with, and you just go, and that's how you do it. I'm an alpha male. I'm no make no qualms about that. I enjoy being the guy in the room that stands up and says, "I'll do it. I'll do it first. I'll be the guy that will take that first leap," because that's what I do, right? That's what I've always learned to do. And so, those are the kind of leaders we need, is to say, let's try it. That'll work. And, think through the process and really do it. Now, food securities and health is, well, right now you're focusing, Asana, you're focusing more on health, correct?
Yeah.
On preventative and health measures. And that's awesome. I think, we're in uncharted territory, everyone. And we all need to step up. So I just wanted to say hello. I'm glad Sana's doing this. I'm glad people are taking charge and doing these Zoom calls and figuring out what their niche is, because not everybody knows everything, but everybody can. You can do a little part in every little group that's around. You can fit yourself in wherever is possible. You can raise your hand, stand up and say, I'll take that. I'll try that. I'll be the one to initiate all that. And that's what we need, because you know knowledge is power, and those who have the knowledge suppressed it for a very, very long time. And now we're releasing all that knowledge. And so people are scared because they never knew that they had such power of influence. And when you have that power of influence, it is hard inside to step up. But humans, people do it. Have that influence. Myself and Kim, I never knew I would be in a position of importance like I am now, but I take it one day at a time. You take it, one step at a time, and just do it. Like me on the on the for news reports, right? I don't want, it's not time for me yet. I know when it's time for me to be on camera, and I will be on camera eventually. Um, but doing news reports is scary for me. Like as Fasana, you have to be on all the time. It comes so easy to Kim, really. Um, but it's great. She does it great, and I'm learning from her and learning from Sunny. Sunny's great. All right, that's all I wanted to say. I want to say thank you for everyone. I'm actually kind of working at the moment. I'm multitask like Kim does. So I thank everybody for their time. It's wonderful. Sana, you're doing a great job. Pull it all together, and wonderful things will happen. If you build it, they will come.
That's right.
Is that what they say?
Yeah. And that's exactly what I was kind of waiting for someone, even Kim, to say, yeah, go do. And I was like, no, I'm not going to ask. I'm not going to wait for someone to give me permission. I'm just going to do it. And who will show up will show up. And I'm hoping to do these kind of, at the moment it's a small group, and it might always stay a small group, and we'll just do it frequently, because I just, I remember so clearly that my first time doing a field messenger report, which when that call came out about the petrol prices, that's almost 2 years ago now. And before that, I had all these ideas. I could do this and I could do that. But I didn't do it. And then it was that, what's your petrol price? And I did it. And from me, that was the floodgates opened. And I was like, I can do this anytime, anywhere. All I need is a little bit of quiet. You can't have too much rushing wind or trucks going past, but you just need your camera and look at the camera or not even, you could be behind the camera. So that's with these health tips, if you just want to talk about pressure points, as long as you just narrate slowly and just take a breath and do it again if you're not satisfied. But thank you so much, Thomas, for being here. We won't keep you, so you can listen in the background, or you can go back to focusing 100% on the task you were doing.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry. Yeah, I do have to go. Bad guys never take a break, and
No.
we can't. Kim and I can't either. So thank
No,
you so
that's
much
right.
for everything.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you. Good luck, and let me know. Keep posting on what your updates are and who's doing what and where, because I'm very interested. There are many people to connect with, and you will find your sweet spot, of what you want to do, and that's what it's all about. Finding that right thing that's good for you, that you want to do, that will make an impact, even if small right now. Eventually, it will absolutely blossom to something wonderful, because and yeah, it's needed. So excellent. Thank you so much, everyone. Yep.
Thank you.
Love you all. Have blessings to everybody.
You too.
Thank you.
Hi, Sue.
Hi, I just want to, first of all, I'm so grateful to see Tom here. I love that guy. It's amazing that
Love you
we
too.
have someone that can come to these meetings with us and see what's going on. It's really good. And I just was remembering that I don't know how long ago it is, but quite a long time ago. I know Kim, when she was talking about all this stuff, about getting everybody getting together and having all their information out there, and there was going to be a centralized location where all the information, no matter what it is that we gather, that it's going to be centralized, and you'd be able to just go in and do a search for this or search for that, and it will come up with everything for you that has been already put in place, or that there's already knowledge about things that people can find out about without having to leave their house.
So from
Okay.
what,
So I
yeah,
mean, I think that'll be wonderful if they can finally get that going. I don't know if anyone is doing anything like that, but I see that as something that's gotta be in the future. I think it would bring us forward a lot faster if we could have it all centralized like that. It was a great idea by Kim.
yeah, so that's from what I understand, that is something that the production team is working on with the new website, or there might be multiple websites. I'm not sure, and that's where that marketplace will be, where Tennis could sell her pineapple tonics, or people making paintings or whatever, but also the book lists that Dennis was talking about. What books would you recommend for gardening? So that is something that they are working on now. But as I said to Dennis and Tennis before, if you have information, rather than waiting for we are ready for this information, then having to type it all up or making the videos about it, just if you have a spare moment, start collecting that kind of tips and tricks that are helpful for you, so that it is being able to be put on the website when the time comes. So as far as I'm aware, that is probably another couple of weeks away, but hopefully Kim and Sunny will update us tomorrow or later in the week. Tracy, I'm asking you to unmute.
Hi.
Hi.
You were asking about different things that you use to be proactive and be healthy. This late fall, I put together some fermented honey and garlic, which when you take that at the beginning, if you start to get a little sore throat or get a little tickle, really, I tell you what, it kicks it right in the butt. So I made up 2 big jars, and you don't want to take it, you want to let it mellow for a couple weeks, maybe a month or so, but then use it on a kind of a daily or every other day kind of deal. Just a tablespoon in the morning or a tablespoon at night. It gets mild and it's good for you. So I'm not any kind of a healer. I do all kinds of natural things to try to keep myself healthy. Make my own toothpaste out of baking soda and coconut oil and some essential oils. But the fermented honey with the garlic, the organic garlic, was non-glyphosate honey, organic honey. Yes. And so it was, all it took was 4 bulbs of garlic and a big jar of honey and 2 quart mason jars, empty. Stick 2 cloves, 2 bulbs of garlic per
mason jar,
and then fill it up with honey. So it covered all the garlic. It was great. And so now I'm trying to dose all the people at work that keep getting sick. It's like, oh my gosh. It's like, what are you guys doing? Why don't you do this? They just look at me like I'm crazy. But oh well.
It would be a good Christmas present next year, or Thanksgiving present, right?
Yep.
before the
Yep.
before that season, the cold season starts. So you could, if you wanted to, either write this all down nicely on in a Word document with maybe a before and after picture, as in these are the raw ingredients. So you'll have your garlic bulbs in your bucket of honey, and then your 2 mason jars, your before and then your after when it's all together in the mason jars, and then write the process. Because, for example, my first question was, would you put a whole bulb in, or do you need to peel the garlic so you don't have the skin on there? So if you are going to write it out, then that would be, think about a layman's person who has no idea how to make this. How would they go about it? Or you just film the process. So you could just have your phone, make sure that your phone is in the landscape mode, not portrait, because at the moment we're just going to go off that it's going to be featured on the website only. That you just have it sitting next to you as you do the process, and don't worry about, oh, it takes too long, or the people in the production team could speed it up if you peeling the garlic will take too long.
No, it's actually pretty easy. Yeah, and you peel all the garlic. So, and that's a great idea. I think I'll do that. I've got all the pictures for when I do my toothpaste, so that it's all ready to go. If they wanted it, if I send it in to do like a field messenger report on it.
Yeah, well, so the videos, that's just a matter of, you just have to send them in.
Okay.
So that's not, but when it comes to the written articles, or Dennis with his recommendation for books, at the moment there is not yet a place, but UNN will always be stoked to receive video. So whether it's more field messenger related or a little bit more health related, at the moment it doesn't matter. So you could start that tomorrow if you wanted to, if you had the time. And if you have any queries, feel free to reach out to me or anyone in the Field Messenger production and the Field Messenger Telegram group as well. If you just get a little bit stuck, or if you're like, how should I narrate or not, or yeah.
Well, thank you, Santa. I appreciate it.
No problem at all. I'm very passionate about encouraging people, empowering people. And I think that's what Kim shared last week as well. It's for people to get that little sparkle in their eye and going, I can do this. And it's awesome, because we all have so much knowledge, and it's taking judgment away. There'll be people who feel really good not eating any animal products, and there are other people that they only eat animal products, and to just let one another be in their own space. Some chiropractors will say, oh no, you need to click backs to feel better, whereas a TFT practitioner like you, Sean, you're like, you don't need to click backs at all. And it's even in zone therapy that we all came to know because of the interviews that were aired last year. There are chiropractors that use zone, and they manipulate the spine with pressure, whereas I've experienced energetic zone, and that was someone that was 1,000 kilometers away from me. So there was no way that my back was manipulated, right? So it's having no judgment. And again, it's this, what resonates, what Tina said earlier. If it resonates with one person, then you've done your job. That's my opinion. If you share something that's helped you, and if it would just help one other person, then isn't that an amazing thing? Just by you sharing your passion can enrich someone else's life so much. Is there anyone? Sorry, Tracy.
No, thank you so much.
No problem.
I'm just excited that now we're moving into an area where we can actually help and do something, after waiting for so long, listening to all the things that are coming down the pike, but just being able to do something right now is awesome.
That's right. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dennis.
I just love this call. You guys are awesome. I was sitting here thinking, I'm like, oh my God, I have other scrap things that I could share with people. And when you were talking, was it Tracy? You were talking about like making like putting the garlic in, and I'm like, oh, but you don't throw out the garlic paper, like the garlic skin, and don't throw onion skin. Like I mean, and then what came to me, Sandy, was I can make a scrapbook. Get it? A
Yes, you could
scrapbook,
make a scrapbook of all your scraps you're collecting. Yes.
right? Make a
Yeah.
scrapbook. But I'm just thinking, if you're getting where I'm going with that, maybe could you help me a little bit? If you have the same vision, do you think you could help me a little bit with putting that together?
Absolutely. I think that is such a, so where I live here in so I live in Nelson, top of the South Island, and we have waste collection at the roadside, and there is different companies that come and collect your waste. So you could either have, this is all in metric measurements, sorry for people in the United States. So it's either a 240-liter plastic bin, or there is 120, or a 60-liter bag. So it takes me and my family 5 to 6 weeks to fill up a 60-liter bag. And there are other people with a similar family size than us that fill up 240 liters every week.
Wow.
And so I make a lot of things myself. You know, when you look at my kids' lunch boxes, there's a lot of, freshly baked stuff. There's fresh fruit. There's no packaged things in there. My boy has yogurt in his lunch, but I put it in a stainless steel container, so there's no waste. But the majority of the people, they don't think about the consequences of the waste that we are producing, because it is away, right? Here in New Zealand, the landfills are away. You can't even drive past them. So you have no idea the impact that you are having on the environment. So if we're able to start educating people about, you could make chips out of, the leaves of beetroot. You just dry them in the oven and they become all crispy, rather than chopping the tops off and throwing them in the compost. So it's educating people in so many different ways, not just getting away from processed foods, but then when you have your entire vegetable, even
Absolutely.
with animals, they used to eat from nose to tail, and now you eat your chicken breast. But in a lot of Asian countries, when I was working in Malaysia, there was chicken feet on the menu. It's part of the culture. So it's educating people that let's become part of the environment. We are all one, right?
Yep.
So scrapbooking.
And what's exciting? Oh, sorry, I interrupted you. What's exciting for me, being that art person, the reuse, recycle, repurpose everything person, when I'm very passionate also about things like hemp, okay, because of what that can do, and it can create plastics from the hemp resin that will deteriorate. And you can make diapers and everything else that doesn't never ever break down. We can do so many good things with this, with what's coming. Like, it is just, it makes me so excited, Sandy. You have no idea. Like I'm just like jittery. I'm just so excited about what's coming for everybody. And you're absolutely correct. It's all about the educational aspect of things and teaching. It is so dang easy to make your own soap, to make your own dish soap, to make your own laundry soap. Like, it is so dang easy and so much cheaper if people would, I don't know, like, it doesn't take much at all. I would never buy $17 for a jug of anything like laundry soap anymore. It cost me $1.
Yeah.
Yep. That's it.
It's time, though. For me, it's time. I'm sure that there's a lot of parents out there that would love to bake the biscuits in their kids' lunch boxes, but how long does it take? It takes an hour. And
it takes 45 seconds to make laundry soap, though.
No, yeah, yes, but we're in the habit of it's convenience. What is more important at the moment? People are still valuing the convenience more than the consequences of if you know what I
Yep.
mean. You know, it's
Yep.
not even just saving money, it's really allocating the time to. But yeah, I think we could yes, let's talk about this scrapbooking thing this week and see what we can come up with.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So is there anyone else that would like to share their enthusiasm or ideas or questions about anything? Otherwise, I am hoping to do this frequently and do it appropriate for different time zones. So the next one might be middle of the night for the United States, Canada, and South America, but would be more convenient for people in Europe. So, and then it will probably be every fortnight that I'll be doing this. So Ewan just turned his camera on. Ewan, did you want to share something with us?
Sorry. Hello, yeah. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I'm Ewan. How you going?
Good.
I'm from Melbourne, Australia. Yeah, look, I guess I'm a health practitioner with, very generalist approach. I'm actually, had years of experience in all sorts of things, but basically still at the age of 74, looking at finding my niche here. I guess I work a lot with the unconscious. I'm trained in body psychotherapy and coaching and all that sort of stuff, but I've been doing massage for many years as well. And yeah, I know I need to teach. I need to, and I am making a start on that one. I'm not experienced with online teaching much, but been to a lot of meetings, so that'll help, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm happy to assist with development of ideas, and I have very much an overview of holistic healing models ranging from, as I say, psychotherapy, shamanism, right through to the all of the Chinese medicine, herbalism, and homeopathy, flower essences, the whole range. So I sort of integrate everything in that sense, and I encourage people to adopt a holistic, integrated approach to things, and can help with sort of getting practitioners to talk to each other and get where they're coming from and get where each approach works with the other. That's the other thing. Yeah. So anyway, any suggestions, ways that I can?
Well, I think maybe for the time being, Ewan, is to perhaps start a list of the modalities that you use or the books that would go with each of the modalities. Like, for example, I really love Emotion Code, and so I love those books by Dr. Bradley Nelson, and he's written 2 now, and so that's an easy thing for someone to start teaching themselves. Perhaps Sean has books about the TFT, so kind of really making the directory for people once the website is up, that you have all the information. I am also thinking about setting up kind of like a round table Zoom calls where someone like yourself, and I'm thinking about Inga and Nolene, maybe some other people, we tackle a topic, whether it is fatigue or anxiety or, something along those lines. And then it would be so nice to then hear from the different practitioners how you would help someone using XYZ, whether it's food related, homeopathy related, or you would, really tune into their gut, the seat of the emotion, if it's anxiety related, or we talk about the implications that root canals or fillings have had in your mouth to particular things. So that is another thing that I'm just starting to think about. It's school holidays here, so my kids have been taking all of my time, so I can slowly start getting back to how else I can help other people, not just my 2 beautiful souls. on the planet. So yes, if you, I'm sure, you know, you being in Melbourne, I'm in Nelson, New Zealand, so I'm sure we're able to connect easy with our time differences. So
Yes,
I've again popped in my Telegram and my email address in the chat for those.
Excellent.
And Rosemary would like to share as well. So Rosemary, I'll ask you to unmute.
Yes, hi. I just
Hi.
had a question. Hi. Um, if I wanted to just write an article about something that healed me, a few things, can I do that, or does it have to be like a camera thing?
Oh, no. So Kim has spoken about that there would be space on the new website for written articles as well. So I'm thinking, you know, the recipes from the beautiful food that Julia has made to, you know, a clearing protocol or something that has helped you. So if you're good at writing and you have the time now to start putting things together, then yeah, as Thomas Malthus shared before, take that first step and just do it, and no expectations. I think if we're just putting it out into the field, as Sue spoke about her book, just do it for the love of, you know, you're willing to give. And whether it takes a month to come on the website or it takes you a year to perfect it, I think if you just start it,
Okay.
then you're one step closer to finishing it.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
So it is on the hour. It is on the hour. So I think we will leave it there. Thank you all so much for spending an hour with all of us, and good evening or good afternoon for us in New Zealand, and evening for the people in North America. I will host these more often, and I hope it was helpful for you, and we will post the recording in the chat whenever it's ready to be put there. So thank you so much.